Hello and welcome to the programme. Well, leaders attending the World Health Assembly have unanimously agreed to conduct a probe into the global response to COVID-19. The resolution that was tabled by the EU calls for an impartial, independent and comprehensive investigation into how the virus pandemic was handled. Both China and the United States backed the probe, but tensions are running high between the two as Washington takes aim at Beijing again over its role in alerting the world about the virus. Katie Dartford reports.
China's foreign ministry has accused the Trump administration of smearing the country and attacking the World Health Organization as a way of diverting attention from its own mishandling of the coronavirus crisis. The US president has accused China of covering up the initial outbreak late last year, causing economic devastation and claiming lives across the planet. And on Monday, he called the WHO a puppet of China before tweeting a letter threatening to permanently withdraw funding if it doesn't alter its operations within 30 days and reconsider its membership of the organization.
The US leader's open letter is full of hints, perhaps and maybes. It tries to use specious methods to mislead the public, smear China's antivirus efforts, and shirk responsibility for the United States' own insufficient response. This is futile.
Following Trump's threat, European Union member states have backed a resolution strongly supportive of the World Health Organization.
I thank member states for adopting the resolution, which calls for an independent and comprehensive evaluation of the international response, including but not limited to WHO's performance.
The European Commission also said that global cooperation is the only effective and viable option to win this battle. Katie Dartford for Euronews.
A former EU diplomat to China, Charlie Parton, joins me now for a closer look at that resolution. Good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us on Euronews tonight. So, as we've just been saying, China's agreed to an independent investigation. But does that mean a subsequent probe on its soil will necessarily be impartial?
No, I think it's the best that we're going to get. Obviously, we need to find out as much as we can about how this virus started so that we can prevent future viruses and indeed things like antimicrobial resistance, antibiotics being ineffective. This, one hopes, will dial down the tension a bit and we'll discover some of the questions that we want answers to. But whether it will be quite as open and transparent and responsible as Xi Jinping claimed, I have some doubts. Not least because I think it's absolutely essential in Chinese Communist Party eyes to ensure that whatever comes out does not affect the narrative of success that it's been playing back to its own people.
That narrative of success is clearly important. And another thing that Beijing has stipulated is that this investigation has to take place after the pandemic is over. How far do you think, knowing China as you do, how far do you think China will be willing to exploit that caveat?
Well, as I said, I think that it won't allow anything to come out in that which upsets its narrative of being very successful in governing and thereby preventing anything undermining its legitimacy with its own people. Clearly, when tensions are this high, it's not going to allow an immediate probe to start. But we'll see how it develops, and if it doesn't develop in a satisfactory way, then I think that Europe and other liberal democracies have got to put considerable pressure on both China and the WHO to come up with answers that are satisfactory.